My name is Natalie Prez, and I have an interview with a member of the band from Escape the Fate on August 21st, 2003. Like I had said, it's been quite,
2023.
yeah, 23. Sorry about that. It's been quite some time since talking with Escape the Fate, having talked to you personally way back in 2008. So it's been like 15 years. And then a few years later in 2011, I had talked to Max. So you guys have practically gone through a ton of releases, tours, and whatnot. But you had mentioned during that interview, I believe, you guys have all gone through different influences when it comes to music, but you particularly have a huge influence in metal, Metallica, Slayer, what have you. Are we ever going to see you guys do a cover album with all those heavier songs?
Damn.
I
I
think
get
Escape the
I
Fate
thought
should
I
do.
changed, but I guess not because it's still the same shit for me. I still those are still my favorite bands all these years later. I figured it out early, I guess. I would like to. You know what's weird though when it comes to so-called metal and heavy things, there is a different interpretation within the group. Like now we got Eric on guitar. Eric's a much more modern type of guy, a lot more of that I don't know, just a lot of modern sounds and using the drop tuning and the fucking synth things and computerized drum sounds. Like that's his thing. I'm metal. I like driving riffs and things like that. And that's more of my style. So that's what's beautiful with the new record because those sort of things were combined. And that's actually what's made it really cool. And it's kind of what we've been looking for. It's like we brought the best out of each other. So as far as maybe doing a cover one day, he does like Slayer though. So maybe one day we'll cover some Slayer. We'll do some like South of Heaven stuff or something.
That'd be cool, or do it live as a preview and then go from there and
Oh,
see, oh, should we do this?
fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Hella down.
On one of your most recent singles, Cheers to Goodbye, it featured a guest spot from Spencer from Ice Nine Kills. Can we expect the tour to take place? If so, who would
You
headline, you or them?
you gotta talk to him, man. I'm so down. I actually I'm an old school guy. You know, we were talking about all the old metal things. That's really who I am. I enjoy that stuff. That's
Yeah.
how I grew up, and that's what I still listen. I'm wearing a fucking Beatles shirt. You know what I mean? But Ice Nine Kills is one of the few bands that are of the modern sort of era of hard rock that I truly love because I love their ambition. I love the theatrics. I love just really just thinking more than the confines of like a 3 minute song. Like they're like, let's go ridiculous on everything. I love that. And
Yeah.
it's like not even any singular songs or anything. It's just the idea of it all. So when we did the newer song, Cheers to Goodbye, what we wanted to do was like we had this ambitious idea of sort of making a whole unique world and a theatrics kind of thing. He came to mind immediately. It was like, dude, we got to get the guy from Ice Nine Kills because he would fucking kill it on this. It wasn't like we collaborated him with because we're friends. We're like, we just knew that was a guy that would fit perfectly with this song. So as far as a tour or something, you gotta talk to him because they are. You want to talk about upward trajectory? I mean, they're doing phenomenally. We actually did tour with them like a long time ago, and it was when they were sort of still new and coming out and trying to make a name for ourselves. We had a little bit more of one at the time, and yeah, they were. I remember seeing them downstairs in Milwaukee, and they're sewing patches on the back of vests to sell. Like that's how hands-on and creative they are. It wasn't just like here's some designs from a guy and then you just put your name on it and your logo and you sell it. It was like they're doing it. They're really into it. So I we've toured with them once, but you know, you don't know where it's going to take you. I hope one day to tour with them again.
over the over the span of the band's career, the band has yet to release a live album or live DVD live from such and such location. When can we expect that to happen?
We kind of did one of it was like it live at the Roxy. It was on a deluxe edition for I think Ungrateful or something like that. But it wasn't like a full like concert thing, right? It was a specialty sort of thing. And I don't know, because Craig and I have actually been talking a lot about this because we're both very active on live streams on Twitch, and now there's other platforms and stuff where you live stream. We love doing that stuff. We love hanging out with fans, and we become friends with them. And we're like, dude, we need to go over the top. And we're pretty knowledgeable now on all the camera stuff and all the equipment things and everything. And we're like, dude, if we're going ambitious with this tour, we're ridiculous. No, but anyway, yeah. Um, as far as live stuff, yeah, Craig and I talked a lot about capturing things and capturing the moments. Like Jamie knows, I always mention Metallica a lot because they're just the standard for everything. They don't necessarily do like a live, like a DVD or whatever, but they have their concert things and movie theaters, and they have freaking every day it seems they're releasing a song. The difference with them, obviously, they almost have a blank check to be able to record everything at the highest level and broadcast it. So that's the difference, right? But that is something we definitely want to do, especially because when we look back on certain songs, there's things that we do where it's like I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that. And once we're live together, we connect. Like I'll do things with the drums to his vocals and things like that that are much more fun. And I wish we would have captured them that way. So it'd be really cool, especially now with sort of generations of fans, to hear people singing the songs and stuff and really feeling that energy that maybe didn't get captured on a record or something. Like that would be fucking amazing. Where we do it, I have no idea, but I'd probably want to do it overseas, to be honest, like Australia or something, because it's just the energy so fucking crazy.
Mhm. On a recent tour, you had brought Max Green's band Violent New Breed, and before that, you had co-headlined with Falling in Reverse. Do you think another touring cycle will commence with those acts and perhaps the Monty Brothers projects as well? See everybody back together or no?
I don't know. I mean, we've thrown the ideas back and forth here and there. We're always pretty open to the idea of having nostalgia things, because I know what it's like to be a fan, and I know what it means to people to be able to like have that thing that they listen to. It's like I listen to Dying Years Latest Fashion, and it's just like I get to hear that band play together. Like that's fucking amazing. And like I'm the nerd that we're talking about metal, like the big four, and seeing Dave Mustaine up there with James and Lars is fucking amazing to me. So I went to the reunion of freaking Guns N' Roses, and I even went to a whole other show. I'm in Vegas. I went to LA because I knew that Steven Adler would be playing drums for at least a couple songs, which he didn't in Vegas. So I was like, I'm going to drive 5 hours, get a hotel, get a whole other ticket, everything just to see that moment. So I'm that guy. Mike Kim, I bought tickets first day when they reunited. So, I understand and I appreciate it, but it has to be pretty organic, and we're at such different places in life. That's kind of the hard part, was because obviously Falling Reverse, Ronnie's got his own thing going on. He's always open-minded, and because he's succeeding on such a high level right now, he always wants to help out, specifically me, because we're brothers, and he always wants to help me out and make sure that we're getting another chance to kind of feed off his success, right? And so in short, I'm not saying no, but also it's like when and where, I have no idea. It's really challenging. Max he's in and out of music. He still loves it, but it's not like he's fully committed to it. And I haven't seen the other guys in a long time, but Falling Reverse and Escape the Fate, that's probably something that could happen again soon, if nothing else, some festivals, but it just all has to align, right? And no immediate plans, not saying never.
You guys had also done a tour a while back where you played This War Is Ours from front to back. I know I was at that one. Can we expect that to happen again for any other releases, old or new, or you don't think it'll be?
We've talked about it. Ungrateful was one that Ungrateful is a weird album because it has like 3 songs on it that people really love, and we always play those songs, and then it feels like a lot of other ones kind of get lost in the mix.
Mhm.
And so it's just like, is it the songs? Because you got to remember what happened in that time frame too is certain things changed, mainly streaming, right?
Mhm.
So it went from like people would buy a record and then you would enjoy it or you get one from your friends, whatever. And so then when streaming things happen, it was much more for this about the singles. And so that's where like One for the Money is our biggest song. We're gonna play that anyway, but does anyone listen to the other songs? And so it's hard to tell. Whereas This War Is Ours was much more of a nostalgic thing where in that specific era, if you heard one song, you were hearing them all. So I don't know. But with that said, I would like to, even just a little bit. I'm not saying no. Again, I'm not saying no, but when and where, I don't know.
You will be, of course, touring for the new album coming out. What can the fans expect to hear from the set list and the overall atmosphere for the from this tour coming up?
This is actually my favorite thing to talk about right now. And I usually don't like talking about touring because I'm like, I don't want to tour. I want to stay home. um, but we are pulling out all the stops. We're actually this is the most ambitious we've ever been with a tour as far as wanting to have levels of production. And typically we meet up for like a day and we jam the set like once or twice and then we go and the next day we start the tour. This time around, we have to rehearse for several days. We're investing a lot into it. Um, we're like literally financially investing whatever we got, we're putting it into the show. We're not trying to play it safe. We're really wanting to go all out. Hopefully people show up. um with that said, that also means longer set list. This is our headliner. This is a time for us to like bring you to our show. It's not a festival thing, although we are playing two festivals. Um, the one in Virginia and the one Aftershock in Sacramento. But with that said, it's like this is our time to bring people into our world, and that means like playing every iteration of our whole career. You talk about all the nostalgia things and visiting things that we've done before and all that. We're gonna play deep cuts. We're gonna play all the favorites that everyone knows, and we're going to play some new shit too. And my thing is this: I know for the average fan, when you go to see a big artist, even if they're one of your favorites, it's like, don't play the new shit, or that's the time to go get a beer or go to the bathroom, you know? But for us, we just came back from Europe and Australia, right? We did these tours back to back. The new songs, and we are playing two, were the like biggest reactions. And it was like those mixed with like like This War Is Ours and like One for the Money, and that was it. Everything else was like those new two songs were so overwhelmingly popular. It made me realize we have a new generation of fans. We have this other generation that didn't necessarily like, they were too young or something back then to like know their whole career. So this is their version of Escape the Fate. And then the new fans that are, oh, they're coming, they're listening to the old stuff and they're hearing the new stuff and going like, oh shit, this is awesome. So I'm actually really surprised and it makes me optimistic. I'm still nervous, but it makes me optimistic. And the new stuff is really what I'm looking forward to, because yeah, we're kind of going a little over the top with it, to be honest. So it's gonna be sick.
How many record labels has the band gone through over the years? And do you think your new one, Big Noise, is it for you? Or do you think it might rotate again and you'll find someone new?
Well, you can't ask me that with our publicist on the line. But look, it's hard when you're an artist. What you have is you're always wanting to express yourself and do things your way,
Mhm.
but you need help,
Yeah.
and that's why labels exist. They give you the opportunity. Um, Epitaph was outstanding for our first couple records. They let us do what we wanted to do artistically, and they showed us they always put us in front of the new and the forefront, and whatever was the brand new thing that's happening, they were ahead of everything all the time. And at the time, we felt like maybe we had the opportunity to chase more mainstream things with the record that would follow and go into a much bigger platform. So we went to Interscope, and they gave us a lot of money and a lot of opportunity. But, whether it was the record itself or whether it was our inter struggles, within the band, and, we were a lot of turmoil and we are falling apart. So whatever reason that it didn't capitalize in the way we thought it could, it was good, but it wasn't what we had hoped for. And then, the difference with them was, it was like mainstream shit. It was like, pump a lot of money, it's not working, fucking cut it. It's like there wasn't a lot of risk taking there. It was just like, it's either numerically working or it's not. And then with Better Noise, which was also 11-7 records, they did let us be creative. They just let us do our own thing, but they would always kind of push onto songs where we felt like, guys, these are sort of experimental. We don't think these are the songs. And we would fight them, and it feel like we're wasting resources on certain things that none of us really think will work, but you're kind of trying to play it safe in that regard. But then, to their credit, one, for the money, they felt it and they pushed it, and it did do a lot for us, and it opened a lot of doors in the modern rock radio thing. So okay, so now we're here. I told you I can be long-winded with Better Noise, or then going into Big Noise. We're working with our producer, who freaking is owns labels, part of the team and everything. And so he's been just kind of letting us do whatever the fuck we want, and we've taken our time, taken too much time with the record and all that, but they're also like letting us do our thing. And then it's almost like, can you push us a little more? Like, what do you want us to do now? And so it's like, because it's confusing, but we've been doing it so long, there's certain things that are automatic. Where we go from here, I don't know, because you always strive to have your complete independence and own everything you do and not need anyone. But we always are wanting to go bigger than we are. And we've never been able to be at the point where we can do whatever we want and take chances. Like, we need help. So we do want to, continue to work with another label. I would love to do another record with Big Noise, because I like the freedom. I just think now that the band is more solidified and more concrete and more direct in our vision, I think we can deliver a even greater record, and we would just work more in that organic way. I don't know. It's hard to say, dude. It's a long way of getting to the point that we always want to go bigger, and if anyone is willing to take a chance on us, then we have to take it.
How would you describe the overall sound of the new album? How does it compare to your previous releases? And is this one completely different, or does it return to the past, any past releases, or what can we expect?
Man, I always have an issue when people say like, "Oh, it sounds like their old stuff," or I like their old stuff, or they're not heavy like their old stuff. Like, because we don't, I don't know, we'd have like one or two songs with like a chugging riff, and then we'd have these like pop punk ballads, and like, I don't even know what our sound actually is, to be honest. It just, I know it's rock. Beyond that, I really don't know.
Mhm.
So when people say that, it kind of confuses me, but I do think that there is a dark edge to it, and I think that there is a certain sound that's more cohesive. If anything, I could say that it's a much more direct vision than anything else we've done, and certainly in a long time. So it's just, it's fucking dark and cool, man. I don't know. I like it. The riffs are just have those fucking minor notes that just make me like stoked, you know.
Can you believe that the band has been around for so long that you will be releasing your eighth album to date? Did you ever think the band would have seen this day coming?
No, I'll be honest. No, I didn't think it would ever happen. And you know, when we had certain, like we talked about the Interscope, there was a lot of money coming around and all those things, and that was the first time seeing real big money. And I never spent any of it. I was always so like conservative. And my dad would be like, "You gotta invest. Look, I got it. There's these houses you could buy them so fucking cheap and then sell them." And like, he's like, "You could buy these houses in Arizona like $20,000. They're now going for like fucking $500,000." And like, you know what I mean? You know, like, why didn't I listen? Why didn't I? You know, I could have done this or this with it. I could have invested. I love this right now. I love talking. I could have done more stuff like this, but I wanted to play it safe because I always thought the band's about to break up. I need to hold on to whatever dollars I can because this is good. Maybe we got another couple weeks. I might quit today. Someone might die. Like this band is not going to last. So I need to make sure I have enough money to get me through the next phase of my life. Maybe I got to go to college. Maybe I just need to learn how to do a job, but I'm not qualified for anything. So I need money to hold me over until then. And I always expected that the band would just be done. It's often is done. If someone quits every day, it's just a matter of like being realistic about it. I did not think it would last. I don't know how. I really don't know how it did, other than it's just something you just kind of are born to do, I guess.
Mhm. And last question, Escape the Fate as a band as a whole will have been together for 20 years come 2024. So are there any big plans or surprises, or you guys haven't thought that far ahead yet?
You know, a lot of people often ask about reunions and lineup things and all that. Look, it's hard. We're in different places in life, right?
Mhm.
But that's pretty cool. You know, that's pretty cool. There could be, maybe there's a place where we just get everyone together on the same room and the same stage and we play some songs and just like one all out show. But again, it's the same thing. Like, how do you fucking do it? But maybe someone's just got to just throw that idea out there and just start actually working on it and say, hey, let's look at this day. Let's do it. We could film it. We could do something. Maybe we go back to the original place where we first ever played, which is the Cheyenne Saloon in Las Vegas, which is a bar. I wasn't even old enough to go inside. I had to go. I played the show, and then they kicked me out. Like that was it. Like I couldn't be in there. I was too young.
Mhm.
So maybe there's something like that where you go back to where it starts and you I don't know, you revisit things. I don't know. I would love to do something, or maybe there's just like a anniversary couple shows where we play fucking every song or something. You know what I mean? Just like some have like every song available and all that stuff. And maybe that's the time where you do that live concert you're talking about, you know?
Mhm.
No immediate plans, but just trying to get through the day.
You'll figure out something, and the fans will be bugging you guys anyway. So,
Yeah. Damn, now you got me thinking though. That would be sick.
You could do a tour where you play the tiniest clubs on the list. Really pack it in. I remember seeing you guys at the Knitting Factory in Hollywood. That was a free for all show, and you packed it in.
That
I
would be sick.
I walked out of that venue covered in sweat, and I caught a cold. And I'm like, hey, this is worth it. I don't
Yeah. I remember that show. That was like before Warp Tour or something like that. I remember something like that. That was great. That was great. You could still see there's probably videos of that out there somewhere.
Yeah,
Pretty
no,
cool.
there's like one or two videos that are still online, and I always turn back to them like, hey, I was at this show. That was awesome. They gotta do it again.
Sick.
uh, and before we cut things off, I wanted to show you a few things I had custom made.
All right.
One of my friends made me
Your
this for my
filter screen.
birthday. I don't know if you can see it.
You gotta turn off your filter thing.
Oh,
Oh Lord. Oh
no.
wow. No, I saw caught glimpses of it. That is, oh man. So see, you're the old school stuff.
That one. Let's see if I can try showing you this one. It's black and white.
It's, oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, so you have like every era. It's like Dang. It's so weird.
And then I found this vest on the internet and I had a patch custom made. Let's see if you can see this one. Hold on.
Yeah, let's see. Wait for it. Well, it's not showing through. Oh
No.
man, I can't see it.
Oh,
You
no.
like wave your hand in front of it or something.
There you go.
Oh, I see the logo, but that's it. Oh, I see it. That's pretty sick. Someone custom made that.
Yeah. I found the image online and told the guy, hey, help me out. Okay.
That's pretty sick. You should design our merch.
And then this one, you'll like this one. You can see it.
Oh fuck yeah, I like that one.
Uh,
That's badass, dude.
Here's the
Look at that.
back. I don't know if you could see it that well.
I see it all. That's fucking amazing.
And then
Hell yeah.
the front, you'll recognize somebody.
I don't deserve to be in the front. Come on now.
Yep, you're in the front next to my other favorite, Bullet for My Valentine. You guys are at the top.
Sick. That's fucking sick, man. That's like a throwback style, dude. That's like how I grew up right there. Just all metal shit everywhere.
Uh, so yeah, thanks again for doing the interview. I plan to see you guys September 27th in LA. Can you give me any hints as to merchandise selection? Will you have any patches, pins, or you can't say what you
Oh,
would have?
you know what? We don't have any patches. I think now we need some. We might have to get some. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I found that patch on the internet, so I bought it that way.
If you're into the throwback stuff because you've been around for so long, there's gonna be a really sick vintage shirt, and there's yeah, it's I'm actually stoked about the merch line. It's hard because we never agree on shit, so I'm actually really stoked. It's a little bit of everything, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I saw you guys at the whiskey when you did the This War Is Ours tour, and I walked upstairs to buy merch, and the lady's all like, "We don't have nothing." I'm like, "What the?"
Yeah, because
I was
LA's
hoping to
always
buy
like
a
the
couple
end of the
stuff.
tour, so we run out of shit, and it's like, well, we could spend tens of thousands to order more, or it's gonna sit there. So it's always a crapshoot with that stuff, but I think you'll be fine this time.
Do you know if the new album will be on CD at the table, or you're not doing CDs anymore?
I don't know about CD, honestly. I do know we'll have vinyl.
Yeah, I know vinyl is the big thing. Everybody loves it. I'm
Well,
still
yeah, because we're not going to listen to any of the physical stuff, right? So it's really about the collecting thing. I collect them all. I have vinyl. Like my whole garage right now is like a bunch of fucking vinyls and CDs that I love to collect it. There's just something about this. You feel connected to it, you know?
Mhm.
It's weird. So I think at some point my display back there will probably have like a whole maybe this whole wall will just be CDs straight up and vinyls, like for reals. Like that's what because I'm gonna stream from here. So I'm just getting started with all of it. So I think it'll be sick when it's done. All
All
right on. All right. Well, hope
right.
to see you in LA.
Mhm.
And yeah.
All right. Thanks again. Hopefully, the next interview won't take 15 years to do.
Nah, let's do another. Let's do a tour update one. We'll do one in the middle of the tour. See how things
Okay.
are going.
Or we could try planning one in LA.
We could do that too.
All right. We'll figure out something. If not, good luck on the tour, and I'll see you guys soon.
For sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.